Hey guys, let's speak on Orson and Orrin West missing or reported missing on December the 21st of 2020 from their California City, California home. They were reported missing by their adoptive parents, Jacqueline and Trezell West. And to date, the boys have not been found. And primarily this video is going to be about the interview, and I think you pronounce his name Bayan Wang, but the interview that he done with Chief Walker. But I want to go ahead and get this out. I was tagged by Carla is Beautiful. Thank you, Carla. And she had put out a video about an hour ago, or someone had put out a video about an hour ago, live video footage. I put it on the community wall if you guys want to check it out. But there looks to be a large police presence, including allegedly Chief Walker, at the Aspen Avenue home. So that should be very interesting to see why there is such a large police presence at that home today on Aspen Avenue. So, once I find out what's going on there, I'll definitely get back with you guys and let you know. But let's move on to the interview that Bayan, again, I hope I'm saying that name right, Wang did with Chief Walker. And he says Chief Walker confirms Trezell and Jacqueline told law enforcement that they searched approximately 15 to 20 minutes prior to them making the call to police to report Orrin and Orson missing. And we did see the footage, the neighbor's footage, and that does seem accurate that, he looked and he hopped in the van. I'm not certain why he searched the property so long if, I'm going by when he turned the back porch patio light on, but if it was at that time, I've got a little timeline on a previous video, but if it was at that time, I'm not so certain why they searched so long there at the house, but yet didn't go out of the yard, and then he drove around for 4 or 5 minutes around the neighborhood, came back home and called the police. But that does fit with what he's telling law enforcement. And, of course, law enforcement were out there in a matter of minutes, like 5 minutes, I think is what he said, 5 to 6 minutes. They were at the home once dispatched. All 4 children are in foster care. They are not with a family member. And Chief Walker says, from what he has been briefed on, 2 of the children are biological, 2 are foster children, and then 2 adopted children, Orrin and Orson. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because all I've heard is that they've had all the children other than their 2 bio. They had 2 bio and 4 adopted, but yet we've got Chief Walker saying that the other 2 are indeed foster children. So pretty interesting to hear him say that. And also makes me wonder, when is the last time that a social worker called, came out, checked on the house, seen those boys, if with the pandemic, was it a call-in, and did that social worker see the little boys? At this point, we don't know. Jacqueline and Trezell, he did confirm that they do have their phones back. So again, kind of curious why we do not have more photos, current photos, but more photos of the boys, since he did confirm that both Jacqueline and Trezell have their cellular phones back. Chief Walker says there's no scent of the children, or no scent of the children was detected on the outside of the house. And the weather was not extreme that day, meaning there were no extreme winds on that day. He also confirmed that 4 children were on holiday with Grandma in Bakersfield, and we've already heard that as well. Chief Walker was asked by Bayan the instances children are placed in foster care. And Bayan says typically it is due, from what he's been told, it's due to suspected neglect or abuse. And the chief says that he had no comment on that when Bayan asked him if he had found any neglect or abuse. Chief said no comment. Backyard was excavated due to the piles of dirt that were in the yard, and also to confirm the boys weren't buried back there in the backyard. He did confirm that there were a total of 4 house searches. He would not specify all of the items taken, but he did say that it could be possible evidence, and he did say some were electronics, phones, computers, iPads, things like that. He also said grandmother confirmed the specific date of the last time that she seen Orrin and Orson, but the chief will not say what date that is. And he says that the date could possibly be significant, and that's why he's not going to tell the date that was said that she had stated, and also to minimize any rumors out there. He confirms no arrests have been made, but there is a person or persons of interest. He would not elaborate on whether it was a person or if it was persons of interest. So I found that pretty interesting too, of course. Wouldn't elaborate if it's person, one, or persons, more than one. But nonetheless, we all have our personal opinions about that. Adoptive parents have been called in 3 times for questioning, not interrogation, and they're compliant. They've came in each time that they've been requested to come in. The neighbors have confirmed, or some of the neighbors have confirmed, that they've seen children at the residence. And remember, at first, a lot of the neighbors were saying, and even the chief said, no children had ever been seen at the residence. But now there are some neighbors saying that they have seen children, although there's no confirmation of which children. So no positive ID on which children were seen at the residence. And there has been someone other than the family, Chief Walker says, that has seen Orrin and Orson in Bakersfield, but would not release when this was. So basically, we don't know if it was days before, weeks before, months before, etc. We don't know. He just simply confirmed, yes, there's someone in Bakersfield that has seen Orrin and Orson, but he's not telling us when that person seen the 2 boys last. And he also he refused to comment on the circumstantial evidence that they have found. And so, of course, there's circumstantial evidence, but again, he won't release or speak about how much circumstantial evidence that he has found. And, that's pretty much the gist of what that interview was about. It's a lot of what we already knew, but a couple of things just, again, pretty interesting that he would say. And here's the photo, and I don't know, I know it's kind of blurry because I done a screenshot, but it's the redhead neighbor, or red-haired neighbor, that is sitting there, and she was on the live. But like I said, I'm going to link the channel in the description, and it is on my community page, so you guys can check it out. But this was today, allegedly, at Trezell and Jacqueline's house on Aspen Avenue, where the boys, Orrin and Orson West, were reported missing from. So it should be pretty interesting to find out what's going on, why that large police presence at the house today. But I do appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for watching.